Hello trader, this is multi-time frame analysis on dollar yen and GBP JPY. Let's see what kind of trading opportunity we have in those instruments. Now, first of all, looking at dollar yen on the lower time frame, we can see that after previous week's massive bounce during the NFP, dollar yen managed to break below again, and we can see that currently the market is trending aggressively towards the downside. So looking at first of all monthly chart to see on dollar yen, and then we will jump onto the GJ as well to see what kind of trading opportunity we have. Now, previous monthly close, we can see that it's a long bearish candle with a long wick at the bottom, and with that long wick at the bottom, dollar yen has managed to drop from this resistance line with a stronger momentum. The market is coming back to this currently monthly support level, and what I think the dollar yen, as it has got rejection, we might see that potentially around 100 pip drop to this monthly support before it has another bounce or even coming down to fill that monthly long wick. Now, looking at the weekly chart to see, this is the weekly bearish market. We can see the market trend starting from here. This is a drop followed by this long week, and we can see every week the market is forming series of lower high in that area with a long week here and also long week here. Everywhere the market is getting that stronger rejection from the top on dollar yen, and with that rejection, this is a gap open on dollar yen. We can see the market uh, tested this gap from the previous weekly, has got rejection here, and with the rejection, what we can expect on dollar yen for the market to potentially trend back down here, and I think the price may retest this weekly support level. Now, if we look at the daily chart here on dollar yen, we can see that from the daily, this is the daily price section where there is a long wick here with a doji, and with the doji formation on the long wick on dollar yen, the market now coming here to fill that zone, and we might see the price to potentially drop back down here to that support level. So there could be a potential downtrend on dollar yen on the lower time frame for the long week fill on the higher time frame. So looking at the intraday here, we can see there was a unusual bounce during the NFP and with the JPY news, and we can see the market managed to started to drop from that level with a multiple rejection. Currently dollar yen showing that the product price may potentially drop back to this support where there's a doji, or even we might see that break below here to this support level, which is the weekly support level. So looking at potential entry from the 1 hour chart, we can see that it's in a trend. The market was forming series of lower high and lower low, so this is the zone that we can look for potential selling opportunity once we see lower time frame price action confirmation. As soon as we will find suitable entry, we look for dollar yen to sell this market from this zone with a high probability trade setup. Now let's look at GBP JPY. Let's see what kind of trading opportunity we can see. That GJ from the monthly as well, we can see this is the monthly price action on GJ, which the market open in the first few days of the month. We see that there is a strong bounce to the upside from the monthly, and as the market tested this monthly high, we can see the price started to reject. As we can see, the market was maintaining that series of lower high in that area. So at the moment, as the market has got this rejection on the monthly, expecting GJ to come back to that support level or even breaking below further to create a new lower low. Now, if we look at the weekly chart here on GJ, we can see that from the weekly, this is the weekly price action where this is the trend line from the weekly. The market was forming series of lower high, and with that series of lower high formation from the weekly, the price started to drop back below, and expecting GJ potentially to drop further downside to create a new lower low. Now, if we look at the daily chart here, we can see that from the daily, there's a daily doji followed by gap open here. And with that gap open, the market started to break below here. And with that breaking below, as we can see, there's a liquidity zone here where there's a daily 20 EMA and also the daily support, expecting GJ potentially to drop further to create a new lower low. As we can see, the market was respecting this trend line here. Now looking at the 4-hour chart here, we can see that GBPJPY from the 4-hour, this is the resistance line. There is a big drop, and followed by we saw multiple doji gap open, liquidity gap, and we can see the price here. What we can see, the market is forming series of lower high, expecting for the price potentially to grab liquidity and then to drop below further to create a new lower low in this market. So this is where the lower time frame price action, as soon as we will find suitable entry on after the price action confirmation, we will look for selling opportunity on GJ for this potential move towards the downside. Traders, if you enjoyed this education and analysis, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Thank you, and I'll see you soon in my next analysis.